Let's do this. Welcome back to Blue Soul Community. If you're new to my channel, I'm Abby, but you can call me Blue. We're here to talk all things metaphysics with the aim to raise the vibrations of the collective consciousness. Today we're going to go over 8 steps that you can take to start lucid dreaming yourself. I have been lucid dreaming since I was 7 years old, and I know that sounds crazy. I had a nightmare that I had to teach myself to know when I was dreaming. So the last 18 plus years, I have been testing and trying these different methods and finding what works, what doesn't work. And I can say I'm pretty much a master at lucid dreaming at this point. So I can guarantee you that these following steps will work for you. Step number 1 is you want to make sure you set intentions. You want to go into your dream having these intentions that you are going to remember upon waking up, and that the details in your dreams, the vividity of it, your recall is all going to be strong and clear and pop out at you. As with anything in metaphysics, whether you're doing law of attraction, you're casting a spell, or even you're lucid dreaming, having intentions helps set up a clear path of what you are looking to accomplish, and you're putting that energy out into the universe and letting it know what your intentions are. Step number 2 is to decide on a dream signal. I cannot stress enough how important this is. When you go into your dream, you need to have some kind of signal to let you know that you are dreaming. This could be anything from looking down at your hands and seeing that they're fuzzy, looking at a watch and looking at it again a second time and seeing that the time is completely different, looking in the mirror and seeing that your face is not clear. For me, my dream signal was when I can fly, obviously I'm dreaming, because that's not something that we can do in reality. You may have heard the very common dream signal of having a red bouncing ball going through. Now, I don't like that one too much because that can happen in reality, in the 3D world. So I like to have a type of signal where you know for sure if this happens, you are in the dream world, because it is very unlikely that it will happen in the 3D world. Once you have a dream signal determined, we go on to step number 3, which is reducing the intoxicating substances that you allow in your life. Intoxicating substances can really interfere with not only our sleeping schedule and our habits, but also our ability to fall into a deeper REM cycle, which is where we have most of our dreams. Not only is it more difficult to fall into these dream cycles, but when we do, it's far more difficult to actually remember these dreams when we awaken, and our recall is significantly reduced. So when we reduce the amount of intoxicating substances that we use in our life, we can have more strong, vivid, clear dreams that we can remember more details of in the morning. Step number 4 is to keep a dream journal. Now, this is so important because it helps us analyze the patterns and the symbols and our thought processes throughout our dream state. There's so many uses for a dream journal. You can look at the different symbols that you have that come up in your dreams that can help you determine what your intuitive messages and languages are. So we can use our dreams to learn how our subconscious communicates with us. But we can also use it to understand, how we feel about certain situations, how we feel about an event that happened recently or something that's upcoming. We can even learn and get to know our shadows and find ways to transform our shadows into something more positive and light through the use of our dreams. Our dreams are the direct link to our subconscious. When we use our dream journals, we can release a lot of that onto paper, and then we can go back and analyze and understand what our dreams are trying to communicate with us. Getting into the habit of using a dream journal can also significantly increase your recall and make your dreams more vivid, because you are telling your subconscious that you are listening, you are analyzing, you are hearing what it has to tell you. And when you get in the habit of looking back and trying to remember each detail of your dream, it becomes far easier and it becomes automatic in the morning for you to remember every little detail. And I'm telling you, it is sometimes more detailed than it is in this 3D world. The details that you remember in this dream, the senses and the smells and the sights, everything is more, it's amplified. And that sticks with you immediately when you wake up and throughout the day, and you end up looking back at it like a memory. It's pretty cool. Your dream journal will help across a bunch of different areas that can help you recall your dream and eventually take control. A short housekeeping message before we go on to the next 4 steps. Blue Soul and its content, our upcoming workshops and products is only possible through the support of community. If you feel like you've gained any value through Blue Soul community, please consider helping support our mission through the support link in the show notes below. We are actively working on different supporter tiers called Blue Membership. How cute is that? So please stay tuned, and if you want a more deeper and personal look inside of the content creation of Blue Soul community, updates on our upcoming projects, and even merchandise is involved in some of our tiers, then stay tuned and you will see those tiers coming in the very near future. We are so excited to release those. We thank you so much for your continued support, and without further ado, let's jump back into the next 4 steps of lucid dreaming. Step number 5 is to set goals before you go to sleep. This is really going to help you take control. This is your next major step in actually being able to control your dreams. So when you set goals, you want to think about, it could be something simple. So I'll give an example of what I did when I was learning how to take control of my own dreams. After I was able to start flying, I created these rules in my mind of when I could do it, where I could do it, and eventually I got really strong with it. Then I started setting goals with my flying. It doesn't have to be associated with your dream signal. This is just what I decided to do with my goals. My very first goal was I wanted to fly over Thailand, and that's what I did. I was flying around Thailand. It was pretty dang cool. I would set different goals, like I wanted to make it to outer space. For myself, I was trying to fly there and I would kind of run out of power, so eventually I had to hijack a UFO from Martians so I could make it to space. But I still completed the goal and I checked it off the list. Now, don't expect to immediately be able to complete your goals within the first night. It takes several nights to eventually, and it could take longer, it could take shorter, it could take longer. Once you accomplish these goals, you can then move on to the next one. Once you have done about 2 or 3 goals, we will move on to the next step, which is pretty advanced. Step number 6 is going to be learning how to dream hop and learning how to not wake up when you die within your dream and to respawn and start the story over again. Practice trying to jump from your current dream into past dreams. And you've lived these dreams. You have pretty good recall now. So you're going to go into these dreams knowing what's going to happen and playing it out. And you can go from one dream to the next dream to the next. So practice doing that. That is going to help you gain more control over what happens in your environment within your dreams, not just how you react. And when it comes to death in our dreams, it's a really useful tool to know how to respawn and not wake up. I'm sure we're all familiar with that jolting awake when we die in our dreams. Learn not to do that. Learn to just stand back up and continue the dream. Maybe respawn in a different dream if it's like a too chaotic situation that you don't want to be a part of anymore. Just restart the dream or go into a different dream from the past, or just start a new dream entirely. Step number 7 is where we get to actually start taking control of our dreams and our environments. So you know how to dream hop at this point. So what we can do now is learn how to restart the dream and predict what's going to happen and manipulate it and change how the storyline evolves. So let's say, I'm not even going to do an example of a dream because there's so many possibilities. Anything's possible in the dream world. Constantly be testing yourself. You can expect something to happen and try to change the outcome of that. Once you've effectively learned how to manipulate your environment, you can create entire dreams off of what you would like to see. That leads us into step number 8, is to consciously explore your subconscious. Once you can create your environment and have complete control of yourself and your surroundings, you can then explore your subconscious and bring up maybe different events, maybe even your traumas, and you can face it head on. If you have specific fears that you would like to get over, you can get used to those fears inside of your dreams. Using the dreams as a tool to understand our subconscious, get in touch with our intuitive mind, and even face our shadows is an incredibly powerful tool that we get to use every single morning. It is the road to our subconscious. There are endless tools that we can use within our dreams to get to know our mind and our soul on a much deeper level. How is your lucid dream journey currently going? Do you have a dream signal already determined? Let us know in the comments below. There is so much that we could talk about with dreams, so we'd love to hear your experience. I love you all so much. Please give this video a like, subscribe, and comment, and head on over to one of these videos over here so we can help reach some other people who may benefit from this message today. Stay blue, and I will see you over there. Once you have a dream journal, the sun went away. Not only that,